Hi guys, good morning, happy new week, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Being Kiza, hope we had a great weekend. I'm sorry I'm just making this video. I was meant to make it over the weekend, but I had a very busy weekend, so I'm making it today. So today we're going to be talking about rape. And if you've been on social media, you should know that this is not a new topic. It has been trending for weeks now. And I just felt we should talk about it because a lot of people have different opinions about the causes of rape, which really leaves me baffled. And I just want to discuss about it. Okay, so first of all, most people think, or say rather, that indecent dressing causes rape. Indecent dressing causes rape, and I'm just like, wow, okay. In recent times we've heard stories about little children being raped, like a 2-year-old, 7-year-old, and all that. We've heard stories about children being raped, and obviously those children are in their comfort zone, or would I say their safe place, their homes, and they're still being raped. Okay, what exactly could a child possibly wear that would entice someone to want to rape a child? Because I really do not get it. Like, I try to make people understand that the main cause of rape is the rapist himself, and not indecent dressing, or there are a lot of other things I'm going to talk about. But the first I want to talk about is the indecent dressing part. Okay, I gave an illustration with someone, the suya guy, the man who sells suya. Okay, the suya guy, he makes his suya in an open place, right? He makes sure everyone sees it. He won't go and hide his suya somewhere. He makes it somewhere that everyone, when you're passing, you see it. He places his suya strategically so that even if the meat doesn't entice you, the smell will entice you. And once it arouses your taste buds, you approach the suya guy and you talk to him, and you discuss with him about the suya. Tell him you want the suya, and if you cannot afford it, or if he doesn't want to sell to you, you walk away and maybe look for akara or something and buy. It's the same thing with a woman. If you see a woman indecently dressed and you feel the need to talk to her, you approach her and discuss with her, and if she says no, it is no. There is no way indecent dressing is the cause of rape. The cause of rape is the rapist himself. Because, okay, let's use Barakat, who was raped in Ibadan and murdered, as a case study. She's a Muslim girl, right? And we all know how Muslim girls dress, put on their hijab and all that. So I try to ask myself, like, is it her hands or her face that could have enticed her rapist or something? And then I just don't know. There's no way you can say indecent dressing is a cause of rape. There are a lot of men, trust me, it is not only rapists who are aroused by indecent dressing. Even pastors are. But your ability to control how you feel about what you've seen at that particular moment is what makes you a real man. So there's no way indecent dressing can be the cause of rape. It's not possible. I can never agree with that. And then you hear people talk about make statements. When you talk about rape, you hear people make statements like, why did she visit the guy? Or boys are being raped too now. Why is he only, like, seriously, boys are being raped too. Yes, nobody is disputing that fact. But then, if you want to talk about boys being raped, no one is disputing the fact. We know that boys are being raped too. Then you talk about it as well. Okay, we're talking about girls being raped, and then you're saying boys are being raped too now, meaning that should be an excuse. Like, okay, you guys should not talk about it since boys are being raped and girls are being raped, then it's supposed to be cool. Like, everyone is supposed to be cool with that. It doesn't make any sense to me. There are a lot of people. I still go back to the indecent dressing parts. Like, there even little boys who are being raped, even by fellow men. Like men will rape a little boy. Okay, what exactly did the boy wear that was so indecent that will make someone to rape him? So it really doesn't make any sense for you to come out and say, okay, a girl was raped and we want to talk about it, and you say boys are being raped too. That is like making it look like, okay, now it's equal. Like, okay, boys are being raped and girls are being raped too, so fine, no problem, let's just go with it and not talk about it. It is not cool at all. And then you could hear people talk about why did she visit the guy in the first place? Okay, the guys that host ladies in their house and then do not touch them, do they have two heads? They don't. A rapist will always be a rapist. Even if you do not visit him in his house, he will find a way to follow you to where you are and rape you. He does not even need to know you for him to do that. Okay, let's talk about the lady who was raped in a church and murdered. She didn't have to follow anybody to his house for her to be raped. And I was reading a comment section on a post on Facebook, and I saw a lot of people saying, why did she go to read alone? Was it exam period and all that? Does it really have to be exam period before she will read as a student? And does it matter where she chose to go and read? It doesn't really matter where she chose to go and read. It doesn't matter where she chose to go and read, because in the end, even if she had gone, I was telling someone that I have a feeling she was raped by someone she knows or a group of people she knows. So I feel even if she hadn't gone to church to read, if those people had the intention of raping her, they still would have followed her to anywhere she was. So it is not an excuse. Going to visit a guy is not an excuse for him to rape her. Even if a girl is sleeping on the same bed with you, if she says no, it is no. There is no excuse for rape. And then someone posted about a man who was killed, who was sentenced to death in Kaduna, death by hanging, because he raped his 7-year-old niece. So she shared the post and she said this is the best news she has heard in 2020. And then someone came to tell her that as a Christian, they are not supposed to rejoice over the death of someone. You see, the problem is, right, Christianity is, I do not even, this one is a topic for another day. Christianity has, or let me say Christianity in quotes, has turned some people into what I do not even know. Like, a man has the mind to rape his 7-year-old niece. This is someone he's supposed to be protecting. This is someone he's supposed to look out for. And he raped her. And you're sentenced to death. And you're saying as a Christian, we should not rejoice over the death of anyone. And he rained insults on her because she said she was happy about the man being sentenced to death. I really do not get why you would even want to bring Christianity into this. Like, It doesn't make any sense. If you, even the Bible says no sinner goes unpunished. No sinner whatsoever goes unpunished. So if you have the mind to rape a 7-year-old, then you should be ready to face whatever consequences that come with